What?
He had just 7 days left. That was all the time he was given before the shelter might have had to let him go. They were running out of space, and with too many animals and not enough people willing to adopt, time was running out for him. I didn't know any of that when I first saw his photo. It was a simple post, 2 tiny orange kittens curled up together, both looking for a home. By the time I got to the shelter, one of them had already been adopted. The other one was still waiting, sitting quietly in his carrier, not knowing his days were numbered. When I opened the door to that carrier, he didn't hesitate. He leapt into my arms and started meowing, as if he had already chosen me long before I even showed up. Growing up, I had always wanted a cat, but it was never possible. There were allergies in the family, and the timing never seemed right. So when I finally moved into my own place, I knew I wanted to give that part of myself a chance. I just didn't expect it to happen so quickly. When I brought him home, he was nervous at first. He didn't know where he was or whether he could trust the space around him. But within the first hour, something changed. He started exploring the apartment, climbing onto my bed and chasing after nothing in particular. He was tiny, but it was clear he had a big personality. I had never lived with a cat before, and I quickly learned there was a lot I didn't know. For one, I didn't realize how active cats could be at night. He would climb over my head while I slept, crawl across my chest, or try to play with my feet under the covers. It was chaotic, but in a way, it made the place feel more alive. What surprised me most was how much he acted like a dog. He followed me from room to room, curled up next to me while I watched TV, and sometimes just sat at my feet, like he belonged there. When I got ready to leave the house, he'd run to the door and let out a quiet little whine, like he didn't want to be left behind. And sometimes, I didn't leave him behind. He actually loves car rides. If I say the words, "go for a ride," he'll sprint to his carrier and wait for me to zip it up. He's the same with food. If he hears the word hungry, he darts straight to his feeder like he's been waiting all day.
Are you hungry?
My parents were excited when I adopted him. They knew how long I had waited for this, even if their allergies meant I'd have to keep things extra clean when they visited. Sometimes Phillip stays in another room when they're here. It's not perfect, but it's manageable, because he's part of the family now, and I wouldn't trade that for anything. I still think back to that day at the shelter. How easily he could have been overlooked. How close he came to never getting the life he has now. Someone else might have walked by and thought he was just another orange kitten. But he wasn't just another cat. He was mine. He just hadn't found me yet, and now he's my best friend. Every year in the US, thousands of cats like Phillip sit in shelters, waiting for someone to take a chance on them. Nearly half of them never get the opportunity to leave, not because they're sick or broken or difficult to love, but simply because no one gave them the chance to be seen. One adoption can change everything, not just for them, but for you too. If you've ever thought about it, now is the time. Visit your local shelter, because the one who's been waiting for you might already be there, hoping today is the day you walk through the door.